I think I'm like self-competitive, if that's a thing or if that makes sense. Like I'm not necessarily like I need to win and I need to like beat all these other people, but it's like I set this goal. I need to either meet that or exceed that, and I need to not be lazy in doing that. So I guess it's more of like a competition with myself. Like I said I would do this and now I can't quit. I gave my word and I need to do it the best that I can.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm your host today on The Good Stuff. When I'm not here interviewing local guests, I am the co-founder of Practical Hug, providing practical tools to make everyday life easier. Today, we are here with Lieutenant Angela McGovern, and I'm very excited. I just met Angela this morning. Already we're laughing and having a great time. So welcome, Angela. What do you like?
Thank you.
How do you like people to address you? Lieutenant Angela?
Whatever you want, as long as it's nice.
Okay.
I go by Ange. My friends and family call me Ange, so
Ange.
that's fine.
Okay, I'm going to lean into that one. Well, welcome. Let's start to just get a little bit to know about you.
Sure.
And then we have a lot of amazing highlights that I'm excited to talk about. So why don't you just tell the audience a little about who you are and what you do?
Okay. I am a lieutenant with the Saratoga Springs Police Department. I started my law enforcement career in 2013. I was hired by the Troy Police Department. I worked there for 4.5 years before moving to Saratoga Springs Department. I quickly rose up the ranks. I became a sergeant a couple years after I started with Saratoga. And then in 2023, I was promoted to lieutenant. So most of my time as a lieutenant has been spent managing our admin services division, which is like special events, traffic, school resource officers, community engagement, recruitment, a lot of different things. But I guess like the big thing that I was doing was I was overseeing the law enforcement response to the Belmont Stakes Festival. So
oh, wow.
The Belmont on Broadway, the concert in the street, and then the 4-day racing that obviously draws a very, very large crowd. So that was kind of my big project.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's the difference between sergeant and lieutenant. Lieutenant, you're kind of like seeing where things flow.
You're kind of just like overseeing and managing everyone else. So.
And what drew you to enter law enforcement in the first place?
You know, everyone always asks you that, and I don't know that I have a good answer. I just feel like from the age of maybe 10 to 12, I knew I was going to be a police officer. I remember watching Cops. I have 3 brothers, and I remember like every Friday night or Saturday night we'd watch Cops, and then it, goes into America's Most Wanted, and I always wanted to like reenact all the scenes, and I had to be the cop every time. So I've always known that this is what I was going to do.
Are they older or younger?
I have 1 older and 2 younger.
Oh my gosh. I can just picture that. I love that. You're like, it is in my blood. I am going to like control the situation.
Yeah.
And like this is me. Oh my gosh, I love that. That's such a fun story. So that is your day job, but you also have a whole other life that you're taking on, which I'm so excited to learn about. Can you tell us more about Visionary of the Year, what it is, how you got involved with it?
Sure. So Visionary of the Year is a competition that was created by Blood Cancer United. How did I get involved? My very good friend, Shauna, she works for MLB Construction, which is actually right down the road here. Her boss ran last year for Visionary of the Year, and it really touched her. She got involved as a team member on his team. The whole mission became very meaningful to her. So last year, she was then serving on like a committee or a board type position for Blood Cancer United because she wanted to continue on after the fundraising campaign was over and support the organization and their mission. So she kind of mentioned that she thought I would be a good candidate for the Visionary of the Year and encouraged me to run. So I have some weaknesses where I don't say no to things. I probably should sometimes, but Shauna is also just the kindest person and you don't say no to her. So I said yes. And here I am spending 10 weeks of my life base. It's really like a full-time job outside of here, planning all the events and doing stuff like that. But what Visionary of the Year is it's a 10-week fundraising challenge, right? So 9 or 10 other local people in the community in the capital region have also been nominated to run and compete for this title of Visionary of the Year. So it kicked off on March 6th. And since then, we've had to build a whole team. And between us and our teammates, we need to go out and try to raise more money than everyone else competing. It's a blind competition. So I don't know what the other candidates, I don't know what their fundraising goal is. I don't know where they are in terms of reaching their goal. We just know what we've made and earned so far. So we will not find out until the gala on May 15th, which is at the 1863 Club in Saratoga. We find out at the gala who won this thing.
So. Okay, this just got exciting.
It's stressful. I'm like, it's crazy how much this has consumed my mind.
This all of a sudden feels like The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
You don't know where everyone else is. So you don't even know who everyone else is?
I do know who everyone else is, yes.
But you have no idea where they are. They all have their own support team.
Yep.
And then at the gala, you're going to, okay, now I've totally got buy-in. Now I'm like,
all right, be careful
on
because you might find yourself running next year.
I have a hard time saying no to things too. And my husband, I always joke, he will like sit on me before I say yes to one more thing.
Yep.
I'm so excited you said yes.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you're really great at juggling a lot of big things. And I imagine you're as strong as your team is. How did you pick your team? Who's on your team?
Yeah, that's a good question. So obviously, like my immediate friends and family, I knew they would support me in this. My husband, he didn't really have a choice. And I might keep running every year because this has been an amazing opportunity to just boss him around all the time and delegate things to him. It's been quite fun. So I might just run again next year just for that opportunity to continue. But just also some really great community partnerships. The way that some organizations and people in the Saratoga Springs community have reached out and been like, I want to help you. How can I help? Has been really amazing. Bailey's in Saratoga has hit the ground running and supporting me, as well as Druthers. They have been quite amazing. Someone reached out because they do the Leprechaun Bar Crawl every year. And they were like, hey, we always pick a charity to donate some of the proceeds to. We want to do Blood Cancer United in New York campaign specifically. So just like little things like that, like opportunities are finding me because the community members want to support me. And that just feels amazing.
Oh my gosh. Do you I would well up with tears every day if that was me.
Yeah, it's honestly an honor. And as a law enforcement officer, we definitely have our struggles sometimes where we don't feel supported. So to just see people come out of the woodwork like that, honestly, is so touching. And I almost need it. I needed that.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. And Blood Cancer United, is that a national?
It's a national organization, yes.
Okay.
But they try to keep their funds local, which is something that I really liked when I didn't know a lot about the organization until I agreed to do this. And I'm learning more and more as I, spend each week. But they really try to keep a lot of the funds that they raise local. So the money that I raise will be going to support local patients and their families who are battling blood cancers. So whether it's, getting them into clinical trials, pushing for clinical trials, political advocacy, and again, just giving them support, whether it's financial, transportation, getting them set up with doctor's appointments and stuff like that.
Wow. Yeah. So that's really neat because a lot of times you hear about the money and you think, oh, it's going to research. It's so far away that you can't even imagine. But you're telling me this money is actually supporting people in our community who have blood cancers.
Yeah. And that's, I think, too, a concern when people are donating. You want your money to stay local. You want to know the impact that it's having. So people are sometimes hesitant to donate to national organizations like this. So I have to say, what Blood Cancer United has done they've basically farmed out their fundraising and they're getting local people to do it for them and to be competitive about it. It highlights that local aspect of of what they do. And it's really just a genius idea, to be honest.
I have 2 follow-up questions. The first one is, are you naturally competitive?
Yes.
Do you do sports?
I wouldn't. I played rugby in college, but
that's a full sentence right there. I mean, that kind of answers it right away.
I think I'm like self-competitive, if that's a thing or if that makes sense. Like, I'm not necessarily like, I need to win and I need to like beat all these other people, but it's like I set this goal. I need to either meet that or exceed that, and I need to not be lazy in doing that. So I guess it's more of like a competition with myself. Like, I said I would do this and now I can't quit. I gave my word and I need to do it the best that I can.
I love that. And then talking about the people who are affected by blood cancers. So have you been impacted? Do you know people in your own life who have been dealing with blood cancers?
Yeah. So when I got asked to do this, at first I'm like, well, what's my buy-in? And unfortunately, like a lot of people, it doesn't take long to find one. So number one is my grandmother, who's battling multiple myeloma. She has moved to Florida. She's been there for many years now, and I don't get to talk to her or see her as much as I would like. So I feel like this is a great act of love for her, and to just let her know from far away like how much I love her. And then second, I thought of James O'Brien. He was a sergeant with the Troy Police Department. He passed away in 2010, and he actually had to retire because of his illness. Troy does a blood drive every year in his memory. So when I was an employee there, I was going to the blood drives and donating blood in his memory. And I do know, in speaking with his wife, that blood donations and people being matches for stem cell or bone marrow transplants gave Jim more time with his family and more time to serve his community. So that's important to me throughout this campaign. I'm having some events where I'm highlighting the importance of becoming a match and joining the registry, and I will have people on site swabbing people to become a hero.
Was that part of raising the funds, or you were like, no, in addition, I'm going to make sure people know that they can become a match? And
it's more than that. It's so much more. And you see, unfortunately, like now people using social media to literally look for matches. They're doing anything they can to try to save someone's life that they love. And you're hearing stories about people in Germany who have matched with someone here in the United States, and this complete stranger on the other side of the world saves your life just by swabbing their cheek and mailing it in.
Yeah.
And, someone out there right now is going to a doctor's appointment and just waiting to hear that they've matched with someone.
And that's a good reminder that this is fun. There's a fundraiser. There's a gala. It feels very reality show. And then there's that reality of like the money that can help people, but also we can donate blood, and that actually is helping somebody in our community. We can swab our cheek and see if we're a match. Like there is that reality of it in addition to kind of the competitive funness.
You know something that we love here at The Good Stuff? It is a leadership development program, and not just any leadership development program, a leadership development program specifically for girls. That's why I am so proud to share that Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region is one of the sponsors of The Good Stuff. Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region started in 1937. And since then, they have been empowering girls to reach their full potential, providing mentorship and life-changing opportunities for girls in Albany, Schenectady, Troy, especially girls that face real barriers like bias, trauma, and girls who have limited access to opportunity. From STEM-focused after-school programs to college and career pathways like the Eureka program, Girls Inc. is preparing girls not just to succeed, but to lead. And here's something we love. 83 cents of every dollar goes directly to programming, creating impact where it matters most, because when girls rise, communities rise. To learn more, to support their mission, or to get involved, head to girlsinccapitalregion.org. That's girlsinccapitalregion.org.
And now I see there's actually, so you've got 10 weeks. Let's bring this back to the 10-week challenge. And I'm looking at this long list of events that you are doing. But I want to hear more about Jail for Bail in the Saratoga Springs City Center. What is that event? Did you create that? Has it been around? Tell me more about that.
I've seen like things online, but not locally, of different Jail for Bail fundraisers. So I did kind of steal the concept, but for my event, kind of made it my own. And I'm really stealing Blood Cancer United's idea too, where they've gotten all of us to start competing against each other. I'm like, well, that's genius. They're going to raise a ton of money as a result. So how do I take their idea and do the same thing, but focus it around like why I was chosen in my role in the community? So basically building some cells in a room in the city center, one giant cell. I have participants who are going to be arrested and they'll go in the cells and they'll get their bail amount and they have like 30 minutes to make phone calls, ask the crowd. It's open to the public, like to try to help bail them out of jail. And all of that money will go to my fundraising campaign and Blood Cancer United. So
here's an idea. Let's get some tired moms to get into jail cells.
Right? They might not try to raise any money. They're going to I'm going to have to kick them out.
That is true. So that one actually backfired because I was like, ooh, I'll sit in a jail cell for 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah,
you're right.
The event will be over and you'll still be refusing to come out.
Okay, flip that around. That sounds so. Do you already have the people who are going to sit in the jail cells?
I do, yes. I just announced them last week.
Oh, fun. And then so we can actually go and like see them?
Yeah, you can come. It's going to be Wednesday, April 29th. It starts at 5 p.m. It'll end at 9. Fiero's wood-fired pizza. We'll have a pizza truck. They'll be selling pizzas. And he has donated 100% of the proceeds to my campaign. So truly amazing. Again, just another community member who has been so wonderful. Little Lucy's will have their mobile bar there, so you can enjoy a beverage. They'll be doing a cash bar. I'm going to have a fun photo booth. Jake Allen Events will be there DJing and emceeing. He's on Fly 92 as well. Oh and his co-host Libby is going to be one of my participants. So
how did you get so many people?
Just honestly kind of doing a little bit of legal stalking on social media and seeing like who has a lot of followers, who seems like they get interaction from people. And then obviously some people who are in law enforcement, because I want to, kind of highlight the law enforcement world too. So
this is amazing. I have total buy-in. I'm so excited. I want to come.
I hope to see you there.
Party. Yeah, this sounds like so much fun. And then can we highlight some of your other events? Let's see. Crafting for a Cure. Tell me more about that.
Sure. That one's going to be at the Saratoga Winery. You can enjoy like some snacks, a drink, and there will be different choices of crafts you can do. Like there will be a candle making. You can choose your own scent. It's right around Mother's Day too. So it's something you could do maybe with your mom, with your children, or you can go with some friends and then have a gift for a special mom in your life.
Oh my. This sounds so, I can't believe this is only in 10 weeks. Like this sounds like
it's crazy.
So much fun.
I haven't slept a lot.
Okay. You're going to sleep really well after this 10 weeks is over. And do you get to get all dressed up for the gala too?
I sure hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, it is like The Amazing Race. Like you're working so hard and then you got to get all presentable and then you're just going to crash and have a great sleep.
I can't wait to say no to things for like 2 weeks afterwards.
I bet your husband's going to be happy too.
Yeah.
Like, can we say no?
He'll be ready.
Should we practice saying the word no?
Yep.
Okay. I also see Spring Has Sprung. Can I hear about that event?
Yeah, so that's a golf tournament at Iron's Edge. It's in the Boston Spa Country Club. We had a golf tournament set on May 9th. That's a Saturday. It's at Saratoga Lake Golf Course. And it sold out so fast that we're adding a second one. So registration is full for the May 9th one, but you can still join us on May 4th at Iron's Edge and play some golf with us.
Wow. And is it a secret, like what your financial goal is for your team?
It is, yes.
Okay.
And I can change it. So I can say we hit our goal. Okay, I'm going to raise it. Or, I think we can hit this mark. It's really just for us. It's a benchmark to keep my team motivated to try to hit a number.
I'm like hearing all these events and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, your goal must be like pretty big.
I like
Pretty
to set the
ambitious.
bar high. We'll see if I get there, but
This is really, but that's great though, because I mean, that's what drives you. I can
Yeah.
tell that you're just like, this is what I want to try and do. I mean, you played rugby. Obviously, you've got determination and grit in your bones.
and a little bit of lack of wisdom, I guess.
No, but that's how great things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, going outside of your comfort zone, trying new things, and it's all for a great cause. You're
Yeah.
not just doing it just for yourself. You're like, this is all for a good cause,
Yeah.
which is so beautiful. Where can people go to learn about all the events?
Sure. So a lot of my events are being advertised on my social media page, which on Instagram and Facebook is at In Pursuit of a Cure. That's my team name. So if I have an event, I'm posting flyers on there, and my teammates are usually tagging me in those too so that they get added to my page. We're having comedy shows. We're raffling off expensive bottles of red wine, a signed hockey stick by Buffalo Sabres, Owen Power. It's not even just events. Like if you don't have the time or the load to come in and enjoy one of the events, you can donate in other ways, but potentially get something out of it.
So whether you're into golf, watching people be in fake jail with music and good food, whether you want to do crafting, hockey fans,
Yeah.
the comedy, are you standing up and doing comedy?
Well, listen, in addition to being extremely good looking, I am hilarious as well, but I think that's a career I'll pick up when I retire.
So did you get people to do
So
comedy?
actually, the Lark Tavern in Albany does comedy for a cause. So they put something on their Facebook page that they were looking for different like places to donate their shows to. So a friend saw it and sent it to me, and I reached out, and they were willing to give us a date. So we basically, it's our job to promote the event, sell the tickets. They find the comedians and cover the comedian costs through the ticket sales, and then everything else plus food and beverage, a portion of those will go to the campaign as well.
Okay, I'm going to talk right to the audience here. Whatever you're into, there's a way to get involved and support this. I also have buy-in. So my dad actually has multiple myeloma as well.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
He's thank you. He's doing well, but so this is actually kind of like a neat, interesting thing to learn. He doesn't live here locally in the area, but now I've got something to look into for where he lives to see if they have a chapter there, which is amazing.
Yep.
So,
And I'm sure they do.
yeah. And yeah, it's like, you don't have to look far to find somebody who's been affected by cancer or blood cancers.
No. And I hate to say, like, this has been like fun talking to people who, you know, you find that connection or they share their story. But it's a side of conversation that I don't get to have a lot in my job. Like, I'm usually, you know, going to a call. What happened? What led you to calling us? Like, how can I help you? I don't get these like deeper interactions a lot. So to like start sharing stories with people that I'm encountering through this campaign that are still people in my community that I might not have interacted with or met on this level has been fun. I hate to say it.
Yes. No, I think this is beautiful. And that's what it's all about, right? Like just supporting others, being connected in your community, which is the whole point of this podcast, is finding out all this amazing stuff that's happening and bringing us, realizing that we can be connected. And like, this is such a beautiful touch point. Like you said, sometimes you don't get to do it with your day job, but you're getting this opportunity.
Yeah.
And what I love too is just thinking about that ripple effect, like those amazing connections and like all that support, it's just going to keep rippling out. So
I hope so.
Yeah.
And I hope it continues after this, you know.
Well, like
that I can support them and they can continue to support me, whether it's personal or professional.
I'm actually envisioning that you're setting the bar so high that you're going to be like running for Visionary of the Year every year.
So they have like a national competition. If you raise like a certain amount, you get put in this national competition. So like Shauna, my friend, she won Team Member of the Year last year. She raised, I want to say $23,000 just herself. So yeah, and you might have to bleep that number out. I don't know if I'm supposed to even say that, but that was last year's competition. So then they have like competitions within the team members too. So it's wild.
Are you hoping to get nominated for the national one? Or are you secretly hoping that you don't get nominated for the national one?
I mean, I love a challenge and I don't know what's next after this. So who knows?
Okay. We'll have to stay tuned.
Yeah. And, I hope people donate and show up to my event because my next option is to rob a bank. And I really like my job and I want to keep it.
And now it's time for this week's Student Doing Good Stuff.
My name is Ramses. This is my artwork. This was a project from my art class.
What was the assignment like?
We had a set parameter because we had to make the theme just horses.
Could you walk me through coming up with this idea?
Yeah, so I took some newspapers from some recycled things. Took some from Saratoga Horse Racing Museum media. It's like a little key detail. And I just kind of mosh podged them all over the canvas before we started painting. Well, I work in like a grunge style. And as I was, painting this, I went from just a simple bland idea. I added more ink, more paint. And then later I tried new methods like flicking the paint all over the canvas.
How long did it take?
It was 3 weeks.
Did you have a favorite part of making it?
Definitely using the ink. I like working on the mane and the tail. I usually get lost in painting. Extra details like the lighting, as you can see right here. Added some shadowing, some details around here. The whole main message of this is that it's basically inspiration, freedom, and extreme determination.
It's your first time ever getting the first place?
Yeah, first time.
What's that feel like?
I feel great about this. I never expected it to end up in first place. Just looking at it, I think it would be a thing that would inspire other painters as well. I really did a good job.
If you could say anything to any of the other artists who were here, what would you tell them?
Well, I encourage them all to submit their artwork because you never know if you'll succeed or even greater. I'm planning on creating a campaign of artwork like these with a leading story, kind of like a book. There's pages and pages. These could be pages in a book. I think it represents the whole entirety of Saratoga because we all wish to hold on to something so great, so powerful and so beautiful. And this is supposed to represent the freedom in that moment. The extreme determination to grasp perfection.
You can come see all the student artwork at the Win Place Show Student Art Exhibit, sponsored by the New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, and it is open now until April 26th.
And now, back to the show.
When you first got here, I was asking if you were from the area. You spotted a Saratoga Springs yearbook and you mentioned, so you were connected, the owner of Bright-Sided is Christine O'Donnell, and you were mentioning you actually saw her in the hallway, so you're from the area?
Yeah, yep. I graduated Saratoga Springs High School in 2004. So yeah, when Christine and I connected and we got on a call, I was like, I know that face. So yeah.
That's so cool.
Local, native.
I think we should challenge, you said 2004?
Yeah.
I think we should challenge all Saratoga Springs graduates from 2004 to come up and show up for Support Your 10-Week Challenge.
I fully support that.
Yes, that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
So you grew up in the area, and then after you graduated from high school, where did you go next?
I went to college in SUNY Oneonta. I was on the 4.5-year plan there. So I graduated in 2009. I got an internship while I was there at the State Park Police. And then they have this awesome summer job where you're like a park ranger and you just kind of help out with traffic at SPAC concerts. When there's not a concert, you're kind of just patrolling the park, making sure dogs are on leashes and there's, little issues that get delegated to you from the police department. So I did that for a summer or two and had a really great time. Got to kind of see the cops in action and they asked me to stay on as a dispatcher. So I was a dispatcher there for a little bit. And then I ended up moving to Troy to move in with some college friends. So I'm very big on like serving the community where I live. Like I guess my bucket list item is to like leave this world like knowing I tried my best to like clean up, keep my area clean, I guess, in whatever way that is. So I got a job at RPI Public Safety when I moved to Troy. And then I was taking police exams and I got hired by the Troy Police Department. So I served there for 4.5 years and met my husband. He was living in Saratoga. I'm from there. I knew like ultimately that's where I wanted to live. So I felt like the appropriate step was to try to transfer to the Saratoga Springs Police Department. So I did that in 2017.
And where do you go to a police academy between college?
Yes. So when a police department hires you, you then get sent. I did 6 months at the Zone 5. Like it's all New York State is divided into different regions, and this local one is Zone 5. So the academy is in Schenectady, New York.
Okay. And then you came back and then back in Saratoga doing good things. Yeah. Making it little bit better each day with what you can do.
I hope so. Yep.
That's so inspiring. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to have like that warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart all day now because this is just like, it's just so great because it's so easy. I say this in my work that I do. Like, it's so easy to notice the things that aren't going well. Those things scream in our face all day long. But to notice the things that are uplifting, like, we have to kind of change our focus a little bit and to, like, really take it in. So I love that the good stuff is highlighting the good stuff in our community. I love that you're making this intentional effort, right, to do those uplifting things. Yeah. And so for everyone watching, I mean, we all have that choice to do something in our community, in our day. And it doesn't have to be big. I mean, this 10-week challenge, like, oh my gosh, I do not have the, like, props to you. I could not handle that. But we can all show up in whatever way we can. And so let's do a call out to our audience. How somebody listening who's like, I want to make a difference. I want to help with this. Like, if you want to just rattle off a few things that people could do from, like, maybe easiest to, like, a little bit more challenging. Like, we mentioned a few, but let's recap what it's.
Yeah. So first and foremost, get swabbed. Donate blood. You don't need to wear a uniform to be a hero or to save someone's life. You can literally swab your cheek, put it in an envelope, mail it in, and match with someone who is literally waiting for someone to save their life. They have children, they have loved ones who are praying for that. So that is the most important. Donate blood, get swabbed, get on a registry. Other than that, for my campaign specifically, just follow my social media. Even if you can't attend an event, share it, send it to some people who you think might like it or enjoy themselves. Try to get a few people to go. And then obviously donating. At the end of the day, this is about raising funds, but if you know someone struggling with cancer, reach out to them and just tell them you love them and that you're there for them.
That's such a great reminder. So, and I would say too, people could go to your social media and just cheer you on. I mean, that just takes.
I could use some encouragement. We all can every day. So I will take that.
You and your entire team. Yes. I think that is such a great thing just to start with. So let's put out when you read some negative news, go to your Instagram and
say something nice to me.
Say something encouraging because you are at week 5 of a 10-week challenge. So you still have 5 weeks to go. So I know that's like, sometimes that's like if you're running a race, right?
Yeah, you either lose steam here or you pick up the pace a little bit.
Pick up the pace. And so looking back at the past 5 weeks, do you have like a high and a low that you can reflect back on and share?
Yeah, I think the high just goes back to what we were kind of chatting about before. It's deepening my friendships with my teammates. It's strengthening relationships that I have or maybe even didn't have in the community. And, you know, the people at these businesses that are supporting me, that's probably been the high. The low was probably, I've been pretty sick the past 2 weeks. I'm finally coming out of like COVID. So trying to work a full-time job, trying to do this stuff, you know, when I'm not at work and but also needing time to care for myself and just get better have been pretty stressful. So I'm glad I'm coming out of that little dip and we can pick up the pace.
Again, this really is like the Amazing Race. Is there anything funny or unexpected that's happened in the past 5 weeks?
So we just did an adult Easter egg hunt at the Druthers in Clifton Park.
Shut up. That sounds like so much fun.
It was so fun. And so that, I think, just overall event was probably funny to me. There were literally grown adults running around Druthers patio area searching for eggs to win some really great prizes, by the way. But like, at one point, one of the Druthers managers came over and was like, I had to tell someone, like, we didn't destroy the landscaping to hide plastic eggs. Like, you can't lift these rocks and boulders. Like, we did not do that. So people were taking it very seriously. And it was just really fun to see a bunch of adults like running around the patio looking for eggs and coming in and picking out their prize based on like the ticket that they had inside the egg. And then my brother, I wouldn't say it was willingly, but he was the Easter bunny. So to see my brother walking around and like, dancing, my grown adult brother in the Easter bunny costume. Yeah.
Those are some pretty good highlights. And then are those pictures on your social media page?
So I got them all. We had a Smile Lounge donated a photo booth to there so people could take photos with the Easter bunny, and they sent me them all. But again, that's like right around when I was really at my sickest. So I haven't gotten to post them all yet, but I will be.
So by the time this episode comes out,
they'll be on there. Yeah.
I want to go see all these pictures.
We had a blast. Yeah. I guess I'd just like to close by saying that officers are people who just truly, truly care about the community and the world they live in. We don't always get to show that when we're on calls. It's like, what happened? What are we going to do about it? What happens next? But we are people who really, really care deeply about the people that we encounter and the community we live in. We want it to be safe. We want it to be welcoming. And there are people and officers every day going out and maybe not doing this, but I've seen officers, leave a call and then buy food for the family. I've seen school resource officers purchase Christmas gifts with their own money for kids they know aren't going to get at Christmas. And they're not asking for attention for that. We just care.
Thank you for that reminder. And thank you for the work that you do. I mentioned before we started, my husband is also in law enforcement. So I do get to see that other side of how much you care. Like, even though you clock out, like, you still care, and you do show up every day because you care about your job and what you do. And so if you don't hear it enough, thank you for the work that you're doing in the community.
It's an honor.
It's amazing everything that you do on top of this 10-week challenge, which I'm really excited to help support and promote and tell everybody that I know about what you're doing.
I can't wait to see you there.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too.